Doctor Who is one of the most popular sci-fi shows around. After the 2005 reboot, it went from being a fun family adventure show to being one of the most popular shows of the 21st century. There are more than 13 seasons of the show. Whether you're new to the genre or want to see some old favorites again, you might need help figuring out where to start. In this video, we'll discuss the best Doctor Who episodes ranked. First off, The Angels Take Manhattan and The Empty Child. The Angels Take Manhattan was the last episode with Amy Pond and Rory Williams. The three go to New York City in the 1930s to meet River Song, who'd sent the Doctor a message in the form of a pulp novel about a female detective named Melanie Malone. But when they get there, they find that the Angels have taken over New York and that the Statue of Liberty is one of the enormous quantum-locked beings. And if Amy's plan to stop the Angels doesn't work and Rory gets lost, the only way to stop the Doctor might be to say goodbye for good. The Empty Child, one of the scariest episodes of the show, is about a strange object that crashes to Earth during the London Blitz. After a boy named Jamie gets hurt and starts acting strangely, a strange plague starts spreading through a nearby hospital. The episode not only had a strange mystery that turned up the intensity of the new Doctor Who, but it also introduced Jack Harkness, a fan-favorite companion of the flamboyant time-traveling adventurer. Up next, The Doctor Falls and The Parting of the Ways. In The Doctor Falls, the Doctor discovers that Bill Potts has become one of the first Mandosian Cybermen and that the Master and Missy are working together. He then tries to stop himself from regenerating so he can still save the day. After fighting through her Cybermen programming to protect the Doctor, Bill's turned back into a human. The Parting of Ways is the 9th Doctor's last appearance. In the episode, the Doctor discovers that the Dalek leader didn't die in the Time War but was hiding on Earth the whole time. Then we find out that the Dalek Emperor used human DNA to make more Daleks and has repopulated his race. This means that the death of the Doctor's people at the end of the Time War was for nothing. But when Rose's life is in danger because of a risky plan to stop the Emperor and kill every last Dalek, the Doctor saves her, even if it means sacrificing himself. Followed by Midnight and the Pandorica opens. In Midnight, the crew goes on vacation to a planet that's full of radiation. When a strange creature attacks their tour group while on a shuttle bus on the way to the Sapphire Waterfalls, their trip takes a deadly turn. In this episode, the Doctor plays a more critical role, and the claustrophobic tone of the story adds a level of tension that makes it one of the best episodes. In The Pandorica Opens, River Song gets a call from an old friend who gives her clues to an old mystery about the TARDIS exploding. She calls the Doctor and tells him about a relic called the Pandorica, which is said to hold the most dangerous creature in the universe and is about to open. Later, the Doctor and River find Rory as a Roman centurion. They thought that Rory had been wiped out of existence. It becomes clear that the creature inside the Pandorica isn't some strange cosmic creature, but the Doctor himself. Moving on to The Big Bang and A Good Man Goes to War. In The Big Bang, we start in a strange alternate reality where a young Amy Pond dreams of stars that don't exist. The destruction of the TARDIS is causing the time stream and all of reality to break apart. But when young Amy finds her way into a museum where the Pandorica is kept, it opens to show the adult Amy Pond instead of the Doctor. What happens next is a crazy adventure that sends the Doctor racing through time to fix things. A Good Man Goes to War was a turning point in River Song's story, and the series as a whole when the Doctor's mysterious time-traveling girlfriend finally told him who she was. It starts with Madame Kovarian taking Amy and her baby and setting up a trap for the Doctor at Demon's Run. Rory goes all over the galaxy to find his forces to help them fight. He does this by asking people who owe the Doctor for help. It has one of the most shocking turns in the show's history. Next, The Doctor Dances and The Family of Blood. The Doctor Dances is the second half of the story, which starts with The Empty Child. Before the Empty Child virus spreads to all of London and beyond, the Doctor must go back to where the alien ship crashed and solve an interstellar mystery. The Family of Blood is even better than the first part. It's part of the Doctor's plan to hide from the family who's still looking for him so they can steal his immortality as a Time Lord. Unfortunately, the Family of Blood has the timepiece that holds the Doctor's life force, and it's up to Martha to get it back. It's one of the best episodes of David Tennant's time as the Doctor, and one of the best that deals with horror and the supernatural. It's a creepy story that would be great to watch again in October, not to mention Journey's End and World Enough and Time. Journey's End was the last episode of Series 4 and a crossover with 2 other series. In the episode, Davros and the Daleks threaten to set off a reality bomb that'll destroy all reality and all universes. To save Donna, the Doctor might have to do something he's never been able to do before: say goodbye to her. In the first part of World Enough and Time, the 12th Doctor responded to a distress call from a vast colony ship that was stuck near a black hole. But the Doctor and the rest of the crew discover that because they're close to the black hole, time moves much faster on the lower decks. As a result, over a year passed for Bill, who was stuck in a strange kind of hospital with a strange friend. It's a sad episode with several shocking reveals. Not only does it show where the Cybermen came from, but it also shows 2 versions of the Master. Let's learn more about The Girl in the Fireplace and Doomsday. The Girl in the Fireplace takes place in France in the 18th century. In the 51st century, the Doctor finds an alien ship that has been left behind. The ship had several strange time windows that led to different parts of Madame de Pompadour's life. When the Doctor goes to see the young woman, he finds that a race of androids is watching her through the windows and has killed the ship's crew. They now think Madame de Pompadour might know how to fix their broken ship. In Doomsday, Rose Tyler leaves the show. It's because of the Daleks and Cybermen, who both came to Earth at the end of Army of Ghosts in the last episode. In this episode, there was a war between the 2 robot races, and the fate of Earth is in the balance. Coming up, Vincent and the Doctor and the silence in the library. Amy, Rory, and the 12th Doctor go back to France in the 1800s to learn more about a strange figure found in a painting by Vincent van Gogh. There they meet the artist, crazy enough to see a devilish creature that no one else, not even the Doctor, can see. When they meet Van Gogh, they find a lonely man who was misunderstood in his own time, not because he was crazy. At the start of Silence of the Library, the Doctor gets a mysterious call for help when he gets to an old interstellar library that has been mysteriously abandoned. He meets a group of cosmic archaeologists led by a woman named Professor River Song. In the meantime, the Vashta Nerada shadows have taken over the library and are killing the team. In a parallel story, a young girl has dreams about the library. When Donna gets trapped in her world, it's up to the Doctor to stop the Vashta Nerada and get everyone alive, even though he doesn't know if he can trust the mysterious Professor Song. Next, the Day of the Doctor and the Forest of the Dead. In the Day of the Doctor, the 11th Doctor finds more clues about where the Time Lords are and meets not just one, but 2 different versions of himself from the past. The episode finally shows the Time War itself. It also shows how the War Doctor would have to make the fateful decision to end the war for good. By turning on the device, many lives would be saved, but the entire Time Lord race would be wiped out. It was one of the few specials that exceeded our hopes. The Forest of the Dead was the second part of Silence in the Library. With one of the most emotional endings of any episode before or since, it would be the starting point for a whole multi-series arc that would start the following year. The episode's even more powerful, and when watched years after River Story's been told over the following 10 stories. Lastly, Heaven Sent and Blink. Heaven Sent's a one-person play with Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor monologuing the whole time brilliantly. As he looks around the castle, the Doctor finds many strange things that the previous people left behind. He realizes that these things are clues that'll help him get out. But in the last room, the Doctor finds a wall made of pure asbantium, which is more complex than diamond. He scratches it with his fingers to break through and get out. Blink's about Sally Sparrow, who finds an old empty mansion full of strange angel statues. Her best friend goes missing at the manor and turns up almost 100 years later. A strange video message from the Doctor is buried in a bunch of old store-bought movies. The Doctor warns the audience about the angels, which are statues that hide a dangerous and evil alien race. They can't move if you watch them, and sometimes their touch will make you move. It's a straightforward, mind-blowing thriller with a great mystery. And on that note, that's a wrap for this video, my friends. Which of these episodes had you on the edge of your seat? Are there any that we missed out on? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.